Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Well, podcast sort of, because you can't see my face, and that is because my guest is acting up and does not want to be on camera. So basically, we are going to be talking about our Nigerian law school experiences. I went to the Kano campus and she went to the Enugu campus, and we are just basically going to be talking about what going to the Nigerian law school entailed, how our experiences were like, what our expectations were, and basically everything you need to know, most of the things you need to know about going to the Nigerian law school. I hope you enjoy listening. So I brought Hilary on the channel. You guys must have seen her before on my channel. I'm going to put her picture so you can just have an idea of the people that are talking to you. So can you introduce yourself?
Hi everybody.
Oh my god, she's using the official voice. Okay.
I'm Hilary, Martha's friend. I've been on her channel before.
No, you're my enemy.
Yes, her enemy. I don't like her.
That what? That's what happens when you live in an African home. Interruptions everywhere.
You don't even have time for yourself to deal with your mental problems.
Do you know, I was thinking the other day, like I was mentally upside down, and I just wanted to come to my room and shed tears. I just wanted to come to my room and shed tears, but before I could open my door and enter, I'd heard my name like 40 times, so I just had to snap out of it. And I feel like the accumulation, that's why you start behaving strangely sometimes.
I don't think they really believe in like mental problems.
Oh, they don't
think it.
To African parents,
they don't understand the concept.
It's either you are disobedient,
you just being want to
or
be
you're a bad child,
exactly,
or not. There's nothing like your mental
it's non-existent.
Anyway,
when they've gone through trials and tribulations.
Speaking
what
of,
are you going through?
I'm telling you, they'll tell you during their time. During their time. Anyway, speaking of mental health, do you know that I was aware of my... Why are you laughing? What's wrong with you? You know that in my entire life, I've never been aware of my mental health enough as much as I was in law school. I had to just take a break. You would know now. I called you multiple times crying. I remember the day
I can't remember anybody.
You don't remember the day I called you that I was crying that nobody cares about me in the world, that I'm always there for people, but I feel like nobody's there for me.
I don't think I can remember.
You don't? Wow.
Like, okay, I feel like when you're going through shit yourself, like for me, I don't know about other people, like I find it hard remembering things.
Wow.
So I probably might never remember like half of the things that happened.
And wow,
I went through issues every single day in that place.
Actually, I remember the times you called and you were crying, Sha.
Like when and when? I only called you once crying. Yes, no.
Twice.
After corporate exam.
Darling. It was twice.
The other one is which?
You don't want. Let's not talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
Are you sure?
I remember.
Issues, yeah. Before that, I feel like the only time we had cried together or
crude
together was in uni after criminal law exam.
Ooh,
and we've spoken about it on this channel.
That's very true.
We have.
We've gone through a lot too because of this legal education.
Guy,
I will not advise anybody to go through this. Most of us actually picked law because
what else in art class?
Exactly. And like there isn't like any proper like counseling or proper like picking of courses or like career,
especially if you go to a public university,
exactly, or what to say, okay, no, this like be perfect for you. Nobody was really like doing research, but I think like more people that live in secondary school now like they are more privileged and they have like more information at hand, so make sure that you research. So back to what we're saying, we're talking about law school. What were your expectations going to law school like? I didn't have any expectations. I expected to suffer, and suffer did I.
Well, for me, I wanted to. We actually wanted to go to Lagos Law School.
That was where the suffering.
And we're so stupid to think that they will actually give us just like on a platter of gold.
They gave some people, so we're just.
Who is some people? They threw you to Enugu and they threw me to the north.
And north. How did you even see that? I saw her own first. I didn't tell her. I allowed her check.
Do you know that's like one of the worst days of my life? Or I don't know, I don't want to say worst, but like
You still went to
I
the
just
beach
remember
now. It was not worse. I could not stand up from my bed.
I remember every single thing that happened that day. I was sleeping in my mom's room. I woke up in the middle of the night to ease myself, and then I just let me check my phone, and I saw your text. Oh, posting, law school posting is out. Oh, and you said you checked your own.
I had checked out. I had checked your own that time.
Not knowing she had checked my own, and she had checked her own too. And she told me, oh, they posted her to Enugu, and I was just like, oh my god, so sorry. Let me check my own. I hope that even if they don't post me to Lagos, they post me to Enugu, since they posted you to Enugu. Not knowing that this bad bitch, I'd already checked my own, but she didn't know how to break the news to me that that they took me to Kanu. I got posted to Kanu, and when I saw my posting, I don't know why I thought it was a joke. I thought maybe law school, maybe they will change it, or maybe the site is down, or I don't know why. I just have this big faith.
Oh, we're expecting a miracle at the 11th hour.
I honestly was expecting a miracle. I didn't cry. I was just shocked. Like, I did not even know what to do. Like, I was just blank. I cleared my Chrome history. I went again. I checked. It was still Kanu. I just burst into tears. I started crying. Like, I was so disappointed because I'd imagined my expectation for us. Like, I'd imagined, like, being in Lagos campus is on the island in VI, balancing my social life and law school. I'm going for YouTube events.
Imagine having the audacity to think that you're going to have a social life in law school.
Guy, like, I actually thought I would be able to like ball in law school. Like, oh, do you know I actually bought outfits anticipating that I was going to.
I don't even know, but like, I don't know about other people. Like, actually, like, I'm happy I didn't even have one, because like having one would have made me feel guilty some type of way. Having a social life, like having the opportunity to go, I don't know, this whole year I've just been like about punishing my own self. There's just this humbling experience being out and just focusing on your books alone.
No, that's we're going to talk about that, because before going to law school, it's not like I felt like I was the most intelligent person, but like when I got there, and when I met people from like other campuses, people that had graduated that year or the year before and stuff like that, and when people start answering questions in class or asking some kind of questions or acting some type of way,
I'll be like, where did you read that?
I'll be like, am I a dollar god?
Where
like,
have you seen that?
What are you people talking about? Like, you will meet so many people in law school. Like, if you feel like there's someone in your uni that used to annoy you or that was forming Mr. Smart Pants, you're going to meet someone that is worse than them in law school, I promise you.
And you're going to meet those that just overdo it. Like, they want to ask, I don't know if it's bad or good or whatever, but like, I was never the asking question type. But some people
that everybody,
I'm telling you,
in a class of over how many thousand people or 1,000 plus people, I should ask, what do I asking? What do I even know? The one you are teaching, I've never understood it. I want to ask you a question. What am I asking you?
Oh my god. Like, I think there's this particular class we used to have property law. Like, normally he takes a long time when he's lecturing. Most times the classes are short, but we used to have it on like Fridays, where there used to be like a break. They would have to come back to class again after that 1 hour break or something like that. And people want to ask questions. Like, we're exhausted. We've spent 5 hours in class, and there are about 20 people wanting to ask questions.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everybody's allowed. We all paid the same school fees, but it was a very, very annoying thing.
And like, at some point I was grateful that they didn't post me to Lagos, because Lagos is like the center of pressure.
Exactly. They don't open their hostels and stuff.
Center of pressure when you're talking about law school, like the academic, everything is just like back to back,
and they just overdo. That's what I feel. Some of their like snap test questions, like, when did they teach us all of this?
Most of my colleagues that were in Lagos campus, they kept complaining about how their hostels were near clubs and the road, and it was so noisy and distracting.
But without all those noise, what exactly did we know that we read?
So my expectation for law school was like I was gonna be a baller, but I ended up being a tier 3 mechanic. I suffered. I suffered. How did you feel about being posted to Enugu?
I cried for 3 days straight.
Do you know that at some point I got angry that you were crying? Do you know why?
You didn't even know why I was crying.
Because they posted you to Enugu, they posted me to Kano. Like, bro.
You don't know I was crying.
Why were you crying? If it's because of man, just off this mic and get out. Because of man.
But we give God all the glory.
This is one thing you also find out in law school, that everybody is there for different purposes. Don't be fooled to think that everybody you see in law school is there for academic purposes. Some people, that's their deadline. Go and find husband in law school.
I thought I was going to find husband.
No, I'm just saying.
I don't know. Okay, exactly. I don't know how people were able to manage relationships in law school. I've not finished managing my emotional problems.
I said I was going to say this. If you know that you are in any relationship or emotional situation that is shaky, just leave it before you enter us. Because if you carry emotional issues into that place, one thing is going to happen. You will lose both the relationship and you will lose what you are going there for. Like, it's a place that you don't want anything at all to disturb you emotionally, like anything, because trust me, the stress there is already enough. So if you're going to be adding any other stress, you will crumble.
That actually happened was like people falling sick back to back, like throughout the entire program.
Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
People fell sick.
I fell sick. Like I fell sick multiple times, but I felt very sick, very, very sick. I think a week to exam.
I was sick throughout. Like, I don't think there was any time like I was sick.
I was sick after the first paper, but I was very sick at some point before exam. And I don't know, let me not just cast these people sharp, but all I can say is that just try and take a first aid with you.
This thing is going to air after I've gotten my
try and take like a first aid box with you, and maybe have like an emergency contact of like your doctor at home or something. Just
take the essentials. A very, very good, like the particular brand you use, malaria meds. Take your painkillers,
typhoid.
Take your cold medicine. Take whatever medicine you would need. Trust me.
You need Flagyl, or what's that drug you need when you have food poisoning? Just take medicine for food poisoning.
You don't want to be buying drugs when you are trying to get food too. Like, you don't want to have to spend money for food on drugs, so just take from home.
How was the food situation in Morocco?
Jesus. I like swallow. But it seemed that these people did not know how to cook food. They didn't know how to cook proper soups. The soups were like used in Delta. They didn't like have them. All they had were okra, ogbono, and I don't like eat all those draw soups. Then I was actually managing Oha at some point. Then only one restaurant like cooked egusi to my taste, a little bit to my taste. And because maybe
egusi is your favorite soup.
Yeah, it's not just any kind of egusi. You have to cook it to my taste. And maybe it's because of how not so expensive the foods were. They like cooked them however they wanted. They say
food is expensive in Lagos campus. It's not as cheap as, because I know in Kano campus you can have a plate of food for 300 naira.
You can have that too in Enugu, but depends on. Oh no, the food was just zero your mind that you might not really get.
I actually ate Indomie for the first 1 week in law school. I didn't eat any other thing. Indomie. I was too scared to try their swallow. I was too scared to try their rice. Like, I was just so scared. So I think that it was after the first week and I started eating rice. I think I ate rice for that, like for some weeks before I started eating swallow. What were your academic expectations? To be honest, I just wanted to do my best.
My first class went great. Introductions are always great. Nobody's exhausted, nobody's mentally burnt out. After the first class, I went and like talked to someone. I was like, oh, if this is how they teach, then we are all going to make it out.
I was like, wait, is this the law school you people are saying law school is stressful? Like, are you guys whining me?
Was I mistaken?
like, is this it? People say lots. Did you ever did Mike ever get to you in class?
Story for days. Okay, so me and my group of friends, we specifically went to we sat at a particular spot in class every single day till the program ended. So that particular place, it's hard for the mind to get there. But one particular day, our ethics lecturer just said that is where I'm going to target, and she
yes
passed
or no?
the,
Did it get to you?
is the story how to give the story, and she passed the mic from the front, turned it around the entire class until it got to our row. Until it got to our row, and every single one of us,
wow,
the 6 students,
you are even lucky that it's ethics class. If it was something like corporate law or one top, oh my god. So I did not ever get the mic in class. I came close so many times.
I got it, I came out, I presented.
Wow.
There is nothing I did not
do. You know, every time I'm going to class, I'll be like, God, you did it yesterday, you can do it again.
Are you serious?
Don't let this mic get to me. You know, there was one day I was called out. So I used to sit at House of Lords. House of Lords is like the back of the class, like the last row.
Okay, people didn't have like an auditorium.
No, it's like just
Like
straight.
floor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was sitting at the back. I like sitting there because it's easy to get out of the class, to ease yourself or do whatever you want to do, and also to avoid the mic, kind of. But back of Lord became dangerous at some point because all the lecturers were targeting House of Lords. So it was corporate law class, and you know those classes that you are mentally tired.
You don't know what's happening.
I think, what topic were they teaching? I don't know. One topic, but my mind was not there. I was like literally having like a mental episode in that class. I was so done. I was just frustrated. Like, God, I beg. Is it that I'm dull or what? Why is this still not entering my head? And I now went out. I wanted to just, okay, they were doing question and answer, and I wanted to just leave and go and ease myself and just take breeze outside. So there was like, somebody come out and answer this question. Nobody was coming at me, and I thought that was the best time for me to go out and go and ease myself. Immediately, I stood up from my seat to go outside. They were like, that lady going outside, come. Hey, see, I thought like I was fainting already.
Oh my god.
I just did like, I was like, so I'm coming, I'm very pressed. I want to just myself and come back. No. I stayed in the toilet till close of class. I stayed in the toilet. I stayed in a public toilet till close of class because I did not want to
Some students actually did that in the end.
God forbid. God forbid.
Our toilets, okay, I think it was exam. They repaired the toilets, and our toilets were like great.
But I was ready to risk it. To go and do topic that I was not listening to. I was I'm going to disgrace my ancestors and disappoint all my crushes.
And there was something that was happening in our ethics class. And our ethics class is like, let's say, kindergarten, the teaching method. Yes, kindergarten teaching method. So, like, for the day, we are going to revise what we taught the last week, the previous week.
Wow.
So we do that revision. After doing that
though.
revision, she will then ask us questions about the class for the day.
Yeah.
Before she starts teaching. Then before they pick people for presentation.
Wow.
And before we go and come back the next week to do exactly that same thing. So when you are struggling to do the tasks for the present class, you are struggling to read for the previous class too. Because we'll be tired, you don't know. There's going to be problems.
I think that's one of the problems that I had with the old law school system. The fact that they want you to read,
to do your tasks, and still come
they want
to
you
class.
To do your task before the class. They want you to read the topic before the class. And they also expect you to, I don't know how to put it, but it's just crazy. There's so much expectation on you.
I understand reading the topic before the class, but the problem was that we had 5 days in the week and we had to go to class every single day. It was a different case if there was a day extra, like a day then a class, then a day then a class. Like that would have been a different case, but we did not have time.
I feel like that system was putting pressure on students. It was making students not actually read, but it was making them read like with the purpose of not understanding, but with purpose of
just
going to
know
class
to
answer questions,
exactly, to make sure that they don't look stupid.
Yeah, so
and
just so that they don't embarrass themselves.
For some campuses that like what do they call them? Group meetings were compulsory.
Oh my god.
For some campuses, that group meetings were
God
compulsory.
forbid group meetings.
Towards exam, like after the externship and coming back, I stopped going because I like wanted to focus on my books, because I just felt that this is not important. It's passing the examination that is the most important thing, and I don't think that this meeting is helping me in any way. Because obviously, there's some people that like are far ahead. When you go to the meetings, like they've read everything.
Yeah.
They've probably read 3-4 topics.
Some people actually read before coming to law school. Me,
Yeah,
I did not do that shit. Like,
exactly. So like
I just like
then
when I get there.
you that are trying to like grab some things. I feel like that thing
Group meeting is
emotionally
not for
kills
if you've not read. Like,
exactly.
stay in your room and
It
read.
emotionally like just kills your spirit. Like if you haven't read, sometimes even if you've read, when you hear people's opinions, you'll be like, I thought I've read this course. Like it's just going to be like
it's actually
something else.
good in a way too, because
And
to open your eye to other people's perspective and make you understand.
Some campuses were threatened with queries that if you don't go,
hey,
query.
let's talk about law school queries.
If you don't go, queries. So we
at some point in our campus we had harvest of queries. Yeah. And unfortunately I was one of the recipients of the query, but it was for something that I did not even do in the first place. Now,
so did you get it?
Yes, I did. They gave me
so you had one query in law school?
A query around to 9 p.m. in the night. They came to knock on my hostel door. Hello, you have a query. My roommates actually helped me take the letter and sign that they've taken it because I was asleep. Like, how will you come and self query in the night? Anyway, queries are a big deal in law school because apparently if you have up to 3 queries,
you go home.
You go home, and trust me, that's not something you want. So query is like the biggest thing they will use to threaten you to not do anything. Like if you do anything you're not supposed to do, you'll be issued query. I came very close to having a query once. That was for, they said
contraband.
They were having DDG address. I was not aware, so I went late and they seized my ID card.
How can they do that?
I was not aware. They seized my ID
card. How
card.
can they like come in late? Why?
No, like class was supposed to start by 9.
Okay.
DDG address was supposed to start by 8 a.m. I wasn't aware of the DDG address.
You don't have
so I came to, we just were not aware. You know, sometimes
all of you.
Sometimes you don't even check class group for messages. You are just like, you don't tire. Sometimes when I come back from class, I just
that's very dangerous.
That's how they seized my ID card. At the end of the day, they gave it back sharp. But the one where I got the query was they were searching hostel for contraband. How will you say that a hair straightener, mini hair straightener that is not even as strong as my charger, it will blow your whole school and burn your school to fire?
In Enugu, we had things.
Anyway, Anyway.
And had it been they searched that our
no
hostel.
Campus, they were very serious.
Only me had like 2 straighteners, blow dry. If they had searched, the only thing that was allowed was our iron, but we're not like
irons were not allowed.
It was allowed, but we're not permitted to use it in the room.
See, the campus is different.
In
Kano campus, nothing is allowed. Electric cup is not allowed. Coffee maker nothing is allowed. So
but
no
just said we shouldn't use it in our hostel.
But thank God, towards the end, they provided like a public iron in the ironing room. But I beg, guy. Anyways, I was paying to iron my schoolwear, like for the major part of law school. Yes, I was paying for the things I needed ironing. So that one,
I was ironing my stuff.
Let's talk about like financial implication of law school. See, and do you know that I got to I appreciate my parents normally, but I got to appreciate them more during this law school thing. It is money intensive. School fees is the least of the money you are going to spend, by the way. And school fees is how much? 300k. That's like the least of the money. You're going to spend much more on existing in that place in a day. Do you know at some point I started calculating how much I used to spend in a week, in a day, and then in a week?
Sometimes I was surprised. Sometimes I spend like very little in a day though. But sometimes because of how like mentally taxing the place is, you just need food to cheer you up.
Oh yeah. Please, in Kano campus,
and
even when you need to be cheered up, you still return to go and eat your dead rice and stew or something. But
so people couldn't splurge on chicken or
there was chicken. Definitely
chicken was always our go-to. Like that was the
chicken. It was towards the end, or I don't know, the second term that I was really but to be quite frank, I'm someone that I like cooking and I enjoy my cooking. So not being able to cook, because cooking is not allowed in law school, not being able to cook for something.
If you end up in Enugu campus, if you end up in Enugu campus, beware of a food seller called Dixon. You are going to hear
What's the name? What did they serve?
As in, his food is not so like it's manageable, but like it doesn't understand the concept of time management. You are going to want to die
that were
before you get your food.
Guys, we are in law school, especially during exam time. We don't have time to come and spend in your shop to.
A lot of students fought with him because of time. Like some people like had to like leave their food. I'm not buying anymore because of time.
Yeah, because even if you are 750, you have to also consider that in law school, time is your most important asset. I promise you, and your health too. So like take care of your health. If you're someone that you don't finish your dosage of medicine, you have
finish it. You have to like be very, very deliberate when you get there.
There's this woman in Kano campus, Madam Nasiru. She didn't start selling food from the beginning, but she started selling towards the end. Her food is like mad. Her food is literally like homemade, tastes homemade. So I'll definitely recommend her. But after the first term, when we were going for extension, I had a very serious food poisoning experience that almost took my life. It was so bad. Like I'd never experienced that level of food poisoning in my life. Like I suffered. I
didn't have food poisoning.
I did though. It was very severe.
I wasn't
I
eating,
literally blacked out.
I wasn't eating everywhere. I was eating at specific places, like places my body system would get used to.
Yeah, but I mean, you're eating anyway, Sha. You are not my accountable, so like you're eating Indomie from Indomie Boys. And Indomie Boys, have you seen them cutting their veggies that they put in the Indomie to explore Enugu? Because me, I was like, when I'm going to law school,
I only went to repair my laptop one time. Then I think when we were returning from externship, we stopped at town to like get things at the mall. That was all. Every time we said that,
I'm in Kano.
Actually,
I don't want to hear justice for anybody. I went out once in Kano. That was when we just resumed in first term. I feel like after that time, everybody got busy and everybody was just serious with academics. But apart from that, when we went out that first time, I went to.
But if you're in law school, if you have the opportunity to travel a weekend, take it. Go and receive fresh air somewhere else.
In a good location, please. Somewhere else. But if you know you're not in a safe environment, please don't work.
Just stay in your campus, please. Like,
and that was why.
So your parents don't cry and stuff. They love you. Just stay inside the hostel.
Nowadays,
it's just for a year.
Some money is high.
But if you're in a good place, if you need breathers, like you need weekends to rest,
to chill.
Changing environments can do a lot for your health,
your mental health.
So go travel.
I've forgotten the place we went to, but it's like is it a dam or a place? I rode a camel for the first time, maybe a donkey or whatever. For the first time, it was nice. The place was just serene and nice, but like the journey to and fro, I was scared because everywhere is like bush, deserts and stuff. So I was like, I'm not coming out of this campus for anything again ever. Oh my god, I went out again. I went for law clinic. I said I want to be more active, since I didn't do it in uni, let me be more active.
Okay.
First and last time, I did not try it again because our car spoiled on the road. And let's talk about guys in love.
I was not seeing anything. I was not like, okay, I understand. I'm this kind of person that I don't see anybody.
How? We are blind to men?
Yes, exactly.
Is that why you're in love with me?
Rubbish.
Stop whispering, I can't hear you.
I don't see anybody when I'm with like another person, so I was not seeing anybody.
Oh, so you're saying you were in a relationship. Okay, nice way of advertising your relationship. Okay.
You're not okay. I wasn't seeing anybody, like, and I was not like, wow. Even if
take your award for
even if like that did not exist, I never fared well with education and mixing the opposite gender. I never fared well. Like
in uni.
I did not do that in uni. I was not about to come and start in law school.
Hey.
I was not even about to come and do it in law school.
Anyway, for me,
I don't understand. Like, I'm trying to romance corporate law. I'm trying to understand what is corporate restructuring. How would I have had time to tend to someone's emotional problems.
People did it. I'm telling you, by the first
Good
week,
luck
people
to
were
them.
in serious relationships. I was like, wow.
People entered into 2 relationships in
Guy.
like
I said people had like 3 exes.
I don't know how they did that.
Like,
I don't know how they
you
did
guys
that.
do it. Like,
I don't know
anyway,
how
Sha,
they
I'm
did
happy
that.
for you guys. For me, I didn't go there with the mind of like looking for a relationship.
Even if I went
wasn't
there with
interested.
the mind of it would never have happened, because it like any once I sense stress, I drop.
You get out.
Like
I don't know,
even
Sha, but some people had like actually good relationships. But for me, I can never ever.
it can't work.
But it was interesting for me, Sha, because of like the culture. Abuja is like the closest place I've been to the north, so going to Kano was like a different.
But nothing was interesting.
It was a different experience for me. Like I learned about a little
and
about
the fact
Kano
that we're not
culture
like in Enugu, we're like in
the village,
a village, in a town,
in the trenches, in the trenches. But it was not bad, though. It was not bad. I feel like Kano campus, we have one of the best set of lecturers. Mrs. F. Young, love her. Mr. Obi Okoye, Mr. Gambo for criminal law.
I don't know about best lecturers, though. I don't know about
I
best
feel like
lecturers.
we actually do.
I'm just happy that I'm done.
For me,
in my head.
For me, if you went to Kano campus, you know, it talks like that. I actually enjoyed it. But you know, the thing is that you will not actually like appreciate.
Our civil lecturer was actually good. Well, like she was good, and she was like she was from Lagos campus, but she's very good.
Like you will not actually appreciate like their humor and all those things because you are tense. You are like, please say what you want to say.
Exactly, I'm be going exactly like.
But they are actually.
I'm not all for all of that.
Nice.
Then, oh my God, one beautiful thing I saw was at a point we had like this very very young female lecturers, like about 3 or 4 or 5 of them.
Some came
like I was so happy. Like they were young, and one had a PhD, some had masters. These were young women, like young beautiful women. Some were married, so like that was like
something else I observed about
that was like
school lecturers is that they mix them in terms of
exactly
age
and
in terms of like tribe and all.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's a very 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 good thing to do.
So I was happy like seeing all of those women, like how young they were. Some were married, like so like you can do whatever you want to do.
Was some of our lecturers attended Kano campus for their law school years.
Like so and you can actually
sit down there and
you can actually like do whatever you want to do. Like that was it. But like one of my favorite lecturers, before we finished the program, she actually traveled with her family abroad. So she abandoned us. And like she was taking us corporate law. Our lectures were very, very interesting.
So talking about corporate law, like what was one of your favorite courses in law school? I did not
want to have a favorite course, and I did not want to have a least favorite course or whatever.
There was no particular one that you enjoyed more than the rest.
There was nothing.
I enjoyed criminal law.
I made sure I gave
and property law. I love property law on a normal day.
I didn't like say okay. Whatever.
Yeah, people were saying, "Oh, don't have a favorite," because
I didn't even hear people say it or whatever. But I did not plan on like liking anything. There was nothing enjoyable about sitting in class for 5 hours.
No, I actually enjoyed. I enjoyed criminal. I enjoyed property and a bit of ethics because of how they teach it. Like,
if you are going to,
I wasn't really like feeling was civil and corporate law. Like, guy, what is that?
Corporate law. I think corporate law's problem was the fact that it was too bulky.
No. Corporate law is not as bulky as civil, but I think the problem we have
with corporate law
is because it's not English. It's too
technical.
It's too far-fetched. You know those other things you can go to court and experience them. You can experience them. You can see them. But corporate law is like there's nothing to relate it back to. I feel like that's why most of us we just didn't like it. Although some people and
one of those courses that people like. When people always say that ethics is simple, I always say I don't know what is inside. Like people are saying this is simple. It's not simple at all.
Ethics takes style
bulky. Maybe it's because it's not taking style to be bulky. Ethics is one of those bulky courses that put on is bulky. And maybe people feel that it's because of the ROPC, the 45 ROPCs, the rules, and that's all. That's a bloody ass lie. When you start reading, reading ethics. Examination, a data examination. We picked up 2021 past questions, And in my mind, I was like, how did these people even pass this?
Guy,
Because their exam was tough. If I had to go and write that morning,
I don't
even think
that,
like
Sha.
the exam, that particular thing was tough. They had like so many questions, so many sub questions and all that were abstract. We were like really trying to like solve it, and we're having like a lot of problems. We had to like skip a lot of them. And another thing was that like there are a lot of things inside corporate law that people underestimate. Law, office management, and ethics is in parts. You have to finish office management, finish this one, finish that one.
I don't know if you are not reading before law school. I feel like when you go, don't feel like exams are far. Exam is not far. It is not far. Like when you think exam is far, it's
and trust me, you cannot wing. It's not university that we can pick our books and start reading.
You want to read
2 weeks examination.
There's no such thing.
You can't crash read. You cannot. Fail. It's not possible. It's not even about failure. It's not possible. Like that's something like
can't. I promise you.
When we were in externship, I had like a lot of people telling me that like I don't know how to read like before an examination. I always read like towards the examination period. But actually, the purpose of law school is to write an exam.
That's it.
So just know that you are writing an exam. So just start reading from
as soon as possible.
From the beginning of
just
like,
start reading.
Try. No matter how little you read.
See, even if it's make 1 progress. I promise you to make.
And even
don't allow the work to pile
exactly. Even if it's 5
if you are
that remaining.
If you are someone that you like to make notes. Although me, I'm someone that I like to make notes. It was impossible for me to make notes on all the subjects. I had to learn how to read the textbook. Yeah. That's because I didn't start making notes too early. But if you know you're someone that likes to make notes, you have to make your notes like every day after each lecture. But the problem is that why I didn't meet up in some me making some notes is that while I'm making the notes for that class that I just finished, I have to also prepare for the next day's class. So it was like almost impossible to like juggle everything. So yeah. And 5 courses might seem small, but it's like it's like 20 courses. There was a particular class in civil litigation. That was the whole semester work that they taught in one day in law school.
Evidence.
Guy. Oh my god. Like our whole semester work in uni, that was what they taught in one day as a topic in civil litigation. Just imagine that. That's how bulky and like it's crazy. So what was one thing you say that like got you through law school?
Got me through law school. I was fortunate enough, although like my friends weren't there, but like I made friends, and like I made
exactly
a friend.
The same thing I wanted.
I made a friend like Noye. Her name is Noye. She's a very very emotionally intelligent person, and like she understood my perspective. So like there's sometimes that she would call me and cry, and there's sometimes that like I would call her and cry. So like having her, then
she wasn't in your campus.
She was. Like I would call her, I'm coming to your room. Where are you? I'm going there to cry because like I didn't have anybody.
Yeah, the most important thing is having a community.
Have somebody you can cry with, because you cry. Like, in fact, crying is important. Cry so that you can relieve yourself.
The most important thing like is having a community of people that you can't do it on your own. You have to have like community of friends, like a support system. If not, you go just craze. And another thing too, I'll say is God. I remember when our DDG was giving us opening address, and he was like, you need something to go through law school with. Like you need God, you need Allah, you need whoever or whatever you serve to go through law school with. I thought he was exaggerating until like few weeks to exam, when the heat of everything started coming on.
I'm not believing in anything. Just hold something. You cannot go there on your own. No, you have to be pleading whatever God you serve.
See, God I beg will be your favorite anthem. I'm telling you, God I beg will be your favorite anthem.
Like you basically can just be there and like just be existing, and anxiety will come from nowhere and attack you. I had
a serious episode of panic attack on the morning of corporate law.
Me was civil.
Thank God my family group was active. I sent a voice note to my sisters, and I left my books because I couldn't. I was literally shaking. I left my books. That day I walked to parts of the hostel that I never walked to before. Like serious? I went up, like I went to the roof of the hostel. I went there and I was just praying. I was just like, God, please help me, calm me down. It was crazy, it was crazy. and finally writing the exams and all, you just be like, God, I beg, God, I beg. Even after writing the exams, you are thinking about like, I made this mistake, hope it will not be too fatal and stuff like that. And another thing again is like the anxiety of like waiting for results to come out. That is a whole other issue on its own. And law school is a whole lot. I promise you, like, no matter how much anybody's going to explain,
you have to experience it. Nobody can tell you like
exactly.
what it is.
Like, you know, when they were telling us it's stressful,
Nobody
I was like, if I
understood,
exaggerate, people are trying to make us panic.
Exactly.
It's not to make you panic, it's to just make you like mentally prepared to go there.
And nobody can even mentally prepare you. Just
Enough.
go and do your just go there and do your best.
It's something, I don't know, it's one
and trust me, like I have this like saying within me: if I can conquer law school, there is nothing else
in this
I cannot
world.
conquer. Because that place is as if it's built to break you.
It's built to test you, to push you
the
to
emotional
the
trauma,
then
the psychological, like there was just this there was this thing that was going on. Like, I don't know how to explain
point you
it.
Feel like you're not good enough.
When a terrible incident would happen and stuff, life would just go on. That was like a problem for me. Nobody like that. That's the definition of life. Things would happen and like people move on. Just have that at the back of your mind and like do what's best for you. Make sure you make good friends.
I'm going to say prioritize yourself. Now this is it. I know you want the certificate, I know you want the result, but you confess. I literally have to be reminding myself every day that,
and trust me, exactly.
Nobody
they can't transfer your certificate to anybody.
For you is 1 minute silence and they'll move on.
And
so if you know that, even if they are telling you that they are lucky, or say if you know that you are feeling sick or you are feeling down mentally, don't go. Don't push yourself past it. Don't do it. Like, just try and rest. Because when you break down, nobody will wait. Lecturers will not wait for you to recover before they continue their lectures.
And take your health seriously. Law school, we all believe in God and all, but law school is not where you want to
drink anointing oil.
The moment you feel the slightest of headache, don't worry, God is going to intervene for you and heal you.
I literally
walk to the clinic as you are feeling that headache.
Don't forget your first aid.
Walk to the clinic as you're feeling the headache. Like, law school is where you want to be. You don't want to leave your health. Yourself. Yeah, you don't want to. You are far from your home. You don't know what's going to happen. Don't neglect your health. Like, health is so important. All of these things will not mean anything in years to come. But like your health, so many people in law school have like carry sicknesses that they shouldn't have carried.
We lost some of
so many of us developed, like,
sadly.
I also that I was managing came full force during the examination period, and I couldn't even, like, I did not even know how to manage it.
Demonic cough.
I didn't even know how to manage it or what drugs to take, because like it was too, there was no time to even like visit the clinic and say, okay, this is what's happening to me. Like, I didn't even know how to
another thing you can do for yourself to like better your experience. Please don't live with mad people. I feel like I had the best set of people living with me. Shout out to around Victoria.
That one, just have to
pray about it. Oh yeah, I actually prayed,
because it's easy for you to say.
I actually prayed before going to law school. I was like, God, please,
most
the people that I'm going to live with, just prepare them ahead, like, of time. And because if you are going through all the stress that is law school and you come back and you are now having roommate issues or more,
and also one other thing, know yourself before you're going to law school. In fact, put it down on paper so that you don't miss your way. Your reading pattern, don't say because people are doing awoko, you want to do it will not work. You fall sick.
Much as you want to stick with your old pattern of reading, don't be closed off to trying new stuff. Don't be closed off to it, especially during the beginning period. Just try and test. Because me, I used to feel like I can't read directly from textbook. I have to jot and read it in my own handwriting. Nobody told me to go and buy highlighter to go and highlight textbook and read directly from textbook, because I found out that jotting was wasting my time. So yeah, you might not be able to fully jot and stuff like that. So yeah, that's it for this chat.
Bye.
yeah, I feel like we didn't really cover everything, but I feel like we've talked enough. And if you are going to law school this year, 2022, 2023, I wish you the best. And remember always, you come first. If you die today or if something happens to your health,
You are more important than that certificate. Trust me.
I promise you are more
More
important. Yeah, so
Hmm.
yeah, thank you, Hilary, for forcing yourself. You literally talked like I was putting a gun to your head. Thank you for she just threw the mic at me. Wow. Thank you for coming on my channel. Thank you for coming on my channel. All right, say bye to them. Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye bye. Guys, go to school, find man. See you.
Bye, guys.